Hello everybody and welcome back to Match Day with Max. Forest, I wouldn't say rescue a point, Barry, but after a poor first half performance, you've got to be quite positive with a point because it was a very scrappy game, wasn't it?
It was a really scrappy game, it really was, but I got a funny feeling today. I was telling lad, I said I think we're going to struggle a bit, and we did do. But
Sean Dyche masterclass, I thought, tactically.
I was saying to Gary, I said he was brilliant. You know, after the first 10 minutes when they scored, right, let's start time wasting. Now let's rough them up a little bit and upset them, and that's exactly what they were doing. And Johnson, they were really after him, weren't they? They put him down about 3 times, wasn't it? They were trying to put him off at barrier. Yeah. No, I thought he'd done a good job. And I was grateful for points, actually.
Me too. Dave, do you think that was a championship game? Some people would argue because it's two teams that are going to be fighting for relegation. Yeah. Do you think that was a championship game today?
I think it was a very rumbunctious affair, and I think Mr. Dyche envisaged it earlier in the week, and he got what he wanted. There was some dark arts. It was from a neutral's point of view. Me and Barry have just said, haven't we? My younger brother Barry has just said that often you get two relatively average sides who often produce a really good match. So in terms of finesse and quality, I wouldn't say it was a great game, but you know what, there was a little island of quality in there, and it's Brennan Johnson. Two excellent finishes. The second finish to adjust to his other foot to send the England goalkeeper the wrong way was good. And I thought Felipe took control second half and helped Joe. We were poor first half. It was passive, it was subservient, it allowed Dyche and allowed Everton to have exactly the kind of game they want. But second half, I thought when Yatesy came on, and Andre Ayew in particular, I thought we went up a level. And I think if we'd gone another 10 minutes, I could see Forest nicking it. But I've just said to the great man here, he said to me before the game, and he's always prescient, he's like the Oracle, aren't you? He said, I fancy a draw today. And I kind of was thinking of him. Yeah. It went from being a game that we must win to ending up being a game that we made sure we must not lose. And the way it is, Max, we've taken a point further away from Leeds, Leicester and West Ham, Bournemouth, who must be hurting after what happened, and we're a point closer to Palace and Wolves, who for a long time have been considered not in it, and they are in it. Yeah. So we've maintained the unbeaten home record, but a lot has to improve.
Yeah. Positive times,
definitely.
Onwards.
Very positive. Now, what did I tell you for a start, Mike? Right from when we first
We'd survive.
I said we will survive, and we will.
Fingers crossed. I'm sure that's a song. We will survive.
Listen to the man himself.
Yeah, we
will.
will. I believe we will do.
Good stuff. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.
See you later. Nice one. Quickly.
Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Emily, would you say that was a valuable point, a very good point?
I do actually, yeah, I'm really pleased. I've just looked at the league table. We're still 4 points off the drop, aren't we? And I think all the way through that game, we weren't getting anything from the ref. And at 2-1 down, 70 minutes, I thought, I'll take a draw. And then obviously when Brennan scored the equaliser, I thought we could go for the winner. But when the full-time whistle went and it was 1-1, I thought, yeah, I'll take a point. It's a good point. It's a good point.
It is.
It could have been so much worse. And I think today, I said before the game to my family, we cannot lose. Because if we lose, that drags us down, doesn't it? And it gives Everton that momentum and the points as well, obviously. So I am relieved. I wish we'd won. I was hoping for Yatesy to get the winner.
But it was just one of those games today. You can probably tell from my voice shouting at the referee and shouting at the players and the fans and whatnot. It was just one of those days, wasn't it, where it wasn't, it was such a scrappy game, and that you almost sensed that someone was going to get sent off at one point, didn't you?
Yes, I did think that, and I think unfortunately we started off really slowly. We gave them too much of the ball. We couldn't get on the ball, could we? And then up until their first goal.
Poor start, considering we're at home and at the City Ground, Fortress.
Disappointing, poor start, and it was almost like the players were a little bit nervous to make mistakes. They didn't want to be on the ball. And honestly, when we equalised at 1-1, I thought, God, we're back in this. But yeah, the whole game was scrappy. There was quite a few yellow cards, weren't there? I think Everton could have had 1 or 2 players sent off, possibly. It was. I'm happy. Yeah. It's really hard. I'm not delighted. I'm not jumping up and down, but equally.
Contempt is the word.
But I'm just. Here we go, we go again, don't we? And I think at one point during the match, I thought, if we can't get something out of this, we're in a relegation battle. And then it becomes scary. And then I was sort of thinking, oh, God, here we go again, right, we're going to go down. Whereas I've come away thinking, actually, we fought hard then, didn't we? We fought hard for a draw. And actually, they all dug in at the end, didn't they? They all had their little part to play.
100%. Emily, nice to see you.
Pleasure to see you too.
See you soon. Steve, you're the person to turn to when things don't go that well for Forest, and you always seem to put a positive spin on it. And I'm pretty positive after that, because I think that was definitely a valuable point today.
Undoubtedly a valuable point, but apart from that, I've no idea what to say. I mean, it was like watching Burnley, but in the Premiership.
Yeah.
A Sean Dyche absolute special. My mate here was going, it's just like watching them. But then we shouldn't be surprised, because he's been down to see us for every week for the last 8-10 weeks. It was a horrible game to watch. I'm exhausted, and the players must be exhausted, but a point is a good result, because it keeps us, 4 or 5 points above the relegation zone or something like that. Still unbeaten at home. It's progress. And if we carry on like that, as I said to you right at the beginning of the season, Max, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. And it was nice to see Brennan Johnson get 2 today, probably the best player on the pitch and deservedly man of the match, and then also to see Ryan Yates back as well.
Well, as somebody who's got Brennan Johnson in my fantasy football team, it was absolutely perfect. And yes, great to see Ryan Yates back, and we look forward to swimming in the Trent again one day.
100%. Steve, thanks for your time. I won't see you at Tottenham, and I won't tell the Match Day with Max viewers why. We'll see you soon.
Take care. Cheers, mate.